I'm Chris Maya, and I'm a painter. I always wanted to do something creative. I was very creative from when I was a kid. And I come from a very creative family. My parents both were painters. I think one thing that happens in creative families is that it becomes sort of okay that there are creative projects going on. So just being in that atmosphere sort of brings out the creative side of a person, and I always was around that. My dad was a very popular musician in El Paso, Texas. He played Western music, and he played with some really famous people. He played with Johnny Cash and Lefty Frizzell. And he just brought a really creative spirit to the household, as did my mother. I think they kind of were part of the hippie generation, and my dad was a real Western cowboy type, and my mom was kind of a hippie. So, it was kind of a nice blend of a Western hippie, And so, it was just always creativity around the house. We used to play guitars together and draw and paint together and stuff, so it was a lot of fun. You grow with your artwork, and your art, hopefully throughout the course of my life, I'll grow with my artwork. So, an emotional sense and a psychological sense, the hopefully my growth and my better understanding of our lifestyle, our culture, and who we are as a people in the West, hopefully that will grow with my artwork. My art has become more regional and more personal, more having to do with who I am as an artist, as a person, as a human being, what my life experience has been, what I consider to be art. So it's changed in that sense. I think in my earlier days, I was more just kind of recreating what was around me. I sort of like the idea of the Western lifestyle and the culture from an interior perspective. I think my work is kind of heading more in a psychological direction, and that's to say that what I'm doing has more to do with what's on the inside of me than taking 100% of inspiration from outside influences. I think it's memories, putting things together, assembling still lifes or things together to make a painting that sort of the combination of the images evokes a certain feeling and a certain sense of the past or the present. In the end, I am creating something that at one point somebody else will take stewardship of. I have to take that into consideration that, what I'm looking at for a long time, somebody else is going to be looking at for a long time too. People think creativity is the action of painting or the action of carving, but it's really not. The creativity is all in your head. It's the thinking about it. Yes, there's some action that happens, but it's also the just looking part, the looking, understanding, getting to know, all those things. Painting, this kind of painting is not terribly exciting for the spectator. I'm a very straightforward painter. There's not any trickery happening. I'm just very classical painting. That's what I enjoy, and all the preparation and stuff is pretty much all in my head. I'm Chris Maya, and I was born in El Paso, Texas. I'm a painter, and I live in Anaheim, California.